on Tour, and they're going to be talking about blogging and how to blog, which is really exciting because I know that there has been a lot of people that have asked about blogging in the past, so it's exciting to have a program about this. Next Tuesday, we're going to have a panel discussion with Senior Planet authors that were published, and they're going to talk about the experience of becoming a published author, their experience of becoming published and some tips, and they're going to talk about their books as well. So that should be an exciting panel discussion for next Tuesday. So it's going to be a little bit different than our normal lunch and learn where we have a guest speaker. We're going to actually have a panel discussion with 4 different published authors. So you can find that on our website. So I just want to let you know, look out for that for next Tuesday. And thank you, Chris and Jim, for joining us today.
Great.
Our pleasure.
Yeah. So we're about ready to start.
Yes.
We'll let a few more people in.
Yeah, looks like there's still a couple.
Yep.
The people that are still streaming in, so whenever you want to, you can.
We also want to let people know that we're going to be recording today's session. So if you do not want to be in the recording, we welcome you to turn your camera off at this point in time.
Oh, do I want to be in a session? I don't know.
The other thing is keep yourself muted unless you are actively involved in the conversation. How's that?
So, Jim, at some point, I'm going to once you're ready to start, I'm going to mute everybody.
Okay.
Then you guys will unmute yourself.
I can do that. Yeah, bunch of shy people. That's okay. If you're
I'll
in
say
the
hello.
witness protection program, I understand. It's,
Hi there.
hey,
Hello.
hi, Arlene.
I know
Hi.
Dr. Dana. I know.
Hi.
I don't know who all's on here, but I've been coming to these countless sessions and different items that for the last couple of months. I'd never heard Senior Planet before that, or Geeks on Tour. And I've spread the word to everyone I know because I have learned such an incredible amount of information that's been valuable. I live in a rural area, so I don't have access to an office for Senior Planet. So, you know, I'm praying they stay Zooming forever.
You're not the only one.
Well,
Yeah,
glad to hear that.
yeah.
Very good.
All right. We start off with some introductory stuff, so if people are still coming in. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need a minimum?
No.
No, I mean, seriously. I mean, it's taken a bit out of your day and we really appreciate you. I hope you know that.
No, this is what we do. If we didn't do this, I don't know what we would do.
You crazy kids.
Right.
Yeah,
Us crazy kids.
it's all her fault. Okay.
She didn't answer.
I'm used to it.
Yeah, she is. All right.
We're ready.
Okay, I'm going to mute everybody. Just a quick reminder for everybody that just came in. We are going to be recording this session. So if you do not want your face to be seen, please just go ahead and turn off your camera. And I'm going to mute everyone. Then Jim and Chris, you guys just unmute yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And now,
There we go.
I think we're just about ready.
So today's session is about using Blogger. we have a YouTube show that we call What Does This Button Do? So the button for today is Blogger.
Okay, we are geeks, and we can prove it because we wear these funny propeller head beanies. You know, another term for propeller head is a geek. So we try not
Or
to-
another term for a geek is a propeller head.
Yeah, that works too. I can't get it straight according to her.
According to me, yeah, he never says it right.
I never do,
All right.
but that's okay. All right, so we are technology geeks. We are not the Geek Squad. I will not come out and fix your computer. But we are travelers. We have been full-time RV travelers, or we were for 14 years. Now we're part-time again, but we're teachers, and that's what we really love to do. And we were just figuring it out. Chris had the first computer training center in South Florida and started that in 1983. She was 5 or 6 at the time, and we've been doing this computer and technology training for a long time.
That's nearly 40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope I don't look that old.
No, you don't.
So that's the geek part. The on tour part is that we do travel a lot. And from 2003 to 2018, we had no house at all. We lived in a home on wheels, and those are the 3. As of 2018, we do have a townhouse now in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. That's where we are coming to you from today, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And we just have that little RV that we zip around the country in. We expect to be going to Wyoming in it this summer. And all the while, we put on seminars about technology. It's mostly about smartphones these days, but Blogger is one of my favorite topics. So I was really happy when Erin asked us to give this topic. No, I didn't. No, back up. One thing though, so we're going to talk about what is a blog and how does Blogger work. Blogger is the platform. There are other ones. And we are not going to be talking about how to earn money from blogging, okay? I've been keeping a blog since 2003, but it's just been my personal journal. And I just love it. And Blogger is 100% free and it's very easy. So I think it's a great thing to do. People nowadays seem to think that just the term being a blogger means that that's your profession. That's not what we're talking about today. So I am curious, and you can put it in the chat. Anybody have a blog now? And if you do, are you using Blogger or are you using WordPress or are you using some other way of doing a blog?
Oh,
And
Well, Julie uses Blogger.
all right. And Pasquale
Okay.
and Joe using Blogger. Okay, so we have a few bloggers in here. Well, at any time, if you want to add something or ask something, please do. But I think that Blogger gives everybody a free place online for your personal writing projects, anything. It can be your personal journal, or it can be your gardening tips, or it can be your family history. A lot of genealogists use Blogger to document their family history. And Muriel says she would like to start one. Perfect.
And you should be able to.
I expect that you will be able to after this session. Okay. So what we're going to do.
Chris, how do you want to, when do you want to answer a question? Do you want to just finish? Somebody had a hand up, so I didn't know what.
Oh, okay. I did not notice the hand up.
We will look for that now.
Yeah, we will
Okay.
try to look for hands up. And you can also put it in the chat. And, I'll just stop periodically for questions, but that's great. I'll take it right now.
Arlene?
Okay. Eileen, you want to go? unmute
Rory?
yourself.
You need to unmute yourself. Or not.
Looks like she's working
Okay.
on it.
Go on.
All right.
I'm sorry.
There
Were
you
you
go.
talking to me? Hi, this is Arlene, and yeah, I had a couple of frustrating years where I got it in my head I wanted to do a vlog on a particular, topic, and I kind of like WordPress in some ways, but I think part of it's my fault. I got too wrapped up in I want to find the perfect theme before I go too far. I want to find the perfect structure, etc. And part of me just likes to fool around with that stuff, so that wasn't helping. I've taken some online training a while back, etc. But I'm not sure at this point if it's just the geek in me that's sort of playing or whatever. And then, as I said in my chat, at one point, people kept recommending a certain hosting company with initials BH. And anyway, they made it sound like, you could get hosting at a reasonable cost, et cetera, then you find out it's a 3-year upfront charge, which is a bit more. And literally a couple of times where I asked them about some small question that would have helped me keep going, they'd say, oh, well, now we've got a thing for $300, and I'd find out it was like a free plugin. I didn't buy those, but
Okay.
I just yeah.
Hopefully with
So
this,
I'm open.
you'll see how easy Blogger is and how you can go in and there just keep playing. It
Yeah,
works.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So next slide.
Okay.
So we're going to have we have a little bit of a slideshow, just to keep me on track. And I am going to demo. I am going to create a blog from scratch during the session today. I do love questions, but I will, put them in the chat. And that's the best way for me to know whether I need to answer it now or I can wait, or if it's going to be covered. And there was a handout. Did people notice the handout on the web
Yes.
announcement? There was a handout, and I'm going to refer to that a little bit so you'll know that you do have instructions. You don't have to take a lot of notes. All right. So first of all, what is a blog? Blog isn't even the word. It's weblog, meaning it's on the web and it's a log, like a captain's log. It's a journal. So those two words together is weblog, but that's just too many syllables for us these days. We had to shorten it down, and it is now referred to as a blog. And it has become a verb. So I have a blog, and I also blog. I blog, you blog, we all blog. So that's the word. The definition, it is a type of a website. When people always ask, what's the difference between a blog and a website? Well, a blog is a website. It's online. It can be a standalone website where entries are in date order. And it's reverse chronological order. So if you go to a blog, the topmost entry will be the most recent. And as you go back, as you scroll down, you're going back in time. Okay. Next. Blogs can be personal. I mean, that's what I love about Blogger. We have our entire business website and blog all on WordPress. WordPress is powerful. Blogger is easy. So I like doing my personal journals on Blogger. I do my business stuff on WordPress. You can have text, pictures, and videos, and links and maps. It's a one home to put all of your stuffs with your stories. Blogs can also be clubs or business websites with dated entries as well as static pages. So I want to show you a couple of these. You want to show my screen now?
Sure.
First of all, of course, you have to see our blog. So that is geeksontour.blogspot.com. Now the Blogspot is the free version of Blogger. If you use Blogger and you're paying $0, your address will be .blogspot.com. So here is our blog. And notice the topmost entry is about Easter. So that's the last time I wrote. And this is, as I say, just a personal family blog. But I've been keeping this blog since we first started RV travels back in 2003. So what's this 1997? Well, you can change the date of post. So I really started this blog in 2003. Blogger didn't exist in 1997, but I decided that I wanted to post something. I don't even remember what that is. Oh, that's right. Before blogging, I used to have an annual letter. Anybody do an annual Christmas letter to all their friends?
I bet you they did, sure.
So I decided, I want those in my blog because I depend on my blog for my memory. So I'm starting to put my old annual letters into the blog. All right, but as I say, the archives, every time you write an entry, it's a post. Every post has a date, and Blogger keeps track of them automatically. You don't have to know anything about how this works in order for you to go back to 2012 and May and hiking and waterfall in South Carolina. So I can see that on May 31, 2012, we were in South Carolina and we went hiking to a beautiful waterfall. Ooh.
What a way to remember things, right?
I love my blog, and I do have a lot of pictures. And notice this, you can even put videos. So you can put videos in a blog, and something's wrong with that one. And that happens. This is back from 2012. Things move around on the internet, and I certainly don't go back to every blog post and make sure that they're still there.
Can you edit a post once it's posted?
Absolutely, and I will show you that. Okay, so that's our blog. Oh, but notice all these other headings up here. Our maps. So that's called a page. All these dated entries are posts. But if you click on our maps, you're looking at a page.
Come in. Come in.
This is not part of the dated material in my blog. This is a static standalone page where I have put a map for each year we've traveled. And I love this page. I can go back to any year and see where we've been. We've hit every nook and cranny in this country, I'll tell you, over the last 16 years.
There are still some places that we have yet to
Yeah,
go.
we can keep going. All right. And then I also have our photo albums. And
This is the big one for her.
I keep those by month. So I have a link to our Google Photos photo album for each month. So if I want to see where we were in 2019, February was the best month. Yeah, because that was Australia and New Zealand. And here are all the pictures from our trip to Australia and New Zealand. And I didn't have to remember that link. It's all on my blog. So this is actually our blog.
Yeah, I do. I post on it probably once or twice a decade. But I am an author. I am allowed to post on it. I can do that.
He does do some posts, but I'm the journal writer. I've kept a diary. I kept a diary all the time I was a kid. if that describes you, then you'll like.
Yeah, I saw
Blogger.
somebody posted that they've been journaling all their life, but don't have a blog yet.
Oh, yeah, I think you will love this. So just one more example, though, that our blog is a pretty hefty example of a personal journal. But no, I want to show Peggy KTC. Now, Peggy KTC is making this blog. This is her business. This is her business, but I know that it was done with Blogger. And notice that it's not .blogspot.com. It's peggyktc.com. So just because you're using Blogger doesn't mean that you have to accept the .blogspot.com. You can get your own domain name. That's what that's called. And as I scroll down, same thing, the top will be her most recent posts. I have to click got it for this cookie thing. And if I scroll all the way down to the bottom, I'll just want to prove to you that this is powered by Blogger. It looks very different from my blog, and it is for her business. And just one last one, and this is to show you a club. If I could type there, Shanty Shakers. This is an RV club, and they post about their goings on, the things that they're doing. So for example, you could have a Senior Planet Colorado blog that several people could be authors on, and you could just write what you're doing and experiencing. And as you go back in time, now it's February 4 and their first post, they also use their blog for their chapter document, their club bylaws and stuff like that. So here's all the forms that they would ever need to use for their club members. And how much does this cost?
It's absolutely free.
Absolutely free. And do you see any advertising? I don't. You see any ads here? So how does Google manage that? How do they give it to us for free without even putting on advertising? Well, there is advertising. If you see advertising on a Blogger blog, the owner of that blog is sharing in the advertising revenue. So there is advertising, but it's not forced on you. You have to ask for it on your blog. All right, back to slideshow. And
All right.
check on questions.
How much space do you get with the free version?
Well, you see my blog. I have 2,000 posts and all sorts of photos and videos. It's unlimited.
And how can someone else find your blog? Or do you just give them the link?
You give them the link. Now, if you search for Geeks on Tour blog, you'll find us. But if you make a new blog today, it's not going to show up in search engines. So you tell people where it is.
Okay, and we will demo how to add pages to our blogs. Susan wants to know if anyone can see all this, and only if you're watching. I am recording this. We may break this up for individual tutorial videos. But what happens if this free site decides to charge or it goes out of business? What happens to all your information? Do you lose it all?
Who owns Blogger? Google. If Google goes out of business,
we're all in trouble.
We have more worries than our blog.
Right.
And that is also why I really like showing my blog. I started it in 2003 and it's all still there, except for, a few photos and videos that have moved locations behind the scene. But as far as Blogger keeping everything that I've done intact, it's all there.
Okay.
And Blogger just went through a whole revamp of their underlying technology.
Yeah, that was
So
another question. What if Google stopped supporting this? That was a
Right.
fear that
absolutely, it was a
a
fear.
lot of people
Google does
had.
that.
They do. They stop supporting things. But we happen to know that they are doing new stuff with Blogger, and they don't do that with stuff that they're gonna.
That they're going to kill off. Yeah.
Now it
So-
could. And so we recommend getting a hard copy of your blog
Yeah.
or a PDF, and we'll show you how.
We will show you
get
that.
there too. Okay,
Assuming we have time.
All right.
Okay.
let's go.
So those are the examples, and they're in your handout, right at the top of the printout that's linked on the Senior Planet site. There are the examples I gave.
Okay.
So creating a blog. First, I am recommending blogger.com. There are other systems. It's totally free. We've used it since 2003, and I think it's just kind of drop dead easy. And here's just a little video, how to make a new Blogger blog in under 3 minutes.
And it's
Honest to God.
6:20.
6:27.
Oh, I'm backwards here. Just 1 second here.
Please, we also put the link in the chat also for people.
Oh, okay, good.
For the
Yeah.
handout, yeah.
For the handout, yes.
All
Okay.
right.
He's queuing up this video. It's and all of our videos are available on our website and on our YouTube channel. We have a playlist on our YouTube channel for Blogger. So all the videos that apply to Blogger are there. Hi, this is Chris Guld with Geeks on Tour. This tutorial is about how to create a blog in less than 3 minutes. First, you open a browser window and you go to blogger.com. Blogger is owned by Google, so you do need a Google account. Sign in. I'm going to use our imaginary friend Alice Apple's account. You must know the email address associated with the account and the password, the username and password for a Google account. And that's it. Now, this is the very first time Alice has ever visited blogger.com, so it wants to know how she wants to be known. And she has a nickname, Ms. Apple. Continue to Blogger. Create a new blog. Big orange button, create a new blog. You have to give it a title. So this is Ms. Apple. A web address. The only requirement is that it's not already taken. So if I just type Ms. Apple, it will have a .blogspot.com on the end, but it says that that blog address is not available. So let me see. Miss Apple's Live. That is available. You also have to pick a theme. This is the look and the colors, the look and feel. I recommend simple to start with. This can be changed at any time. And create blog. That's it. You now have a blog. It wants to sell you a true domain name, but you don't have to. You can leave it at msappleslife.blogspot.com. And when you get here, you create a new post. You give it a title, and then you type whatever you want. When you finish typing, you just click Publish. Now, anybody, anywhere can find that blog just by going to the address. What was it? Ms. Apple's life.blogspot.com. And there is the first blog post. It started the archives over here. How do I make another post? If Alice is logged in and she's looking at her blog, she can just click New Post over here. And I have something else to say. Now Alice has already written this post somewhere else. I can open up that notepad and copy the text from the notepad and paste into the blog.
and then publish. Now, taking the shortcut to view the blog, I can see there's that post on top and the first post at the bottom. That is how to make a blog using Blogger in under 3 minutes.
Pretty cool, huh?
And that is in the handout. I see somebody said, could you put the handout in the chat?
It is in the chat, but they may not have seen
Oh,
it.
they just came
Yeah,
in.
They just came in.
So
Okay.
they don't have
I
it.
will repeat it.
Okay, good.
Copy
Good.
that and stick it down a little farther. Okay.
So that's it. 3 steps. Go to blogger.com and log in with a Google account. If you have a Gmail address, that's a Google account. Click new blog and fill out the simple form with the title of your blog, the address, and pick a template. Number 3, start writing. That's it. I just think that's so wonderful. None of it, it's so much more with WordPress. Okay, so how about we do one? I'm going to do one live right now, and then we will talk about the other things that you can do with the blog. So step 1 was what?
Log in.
Go to blogger.com and make sure, and then log in. I'm already logged in. See my little face in the upper right-hand corner here. So I am already logged in with my Google account. And I have lots of blogs because we used to teach this class a lot, and we made a new blog with every class. Plus, I helped other people make their blogs, and I stayed on as an admin for their blog, et cetera, et cetera. If you come here, you probably won't see anything in this list, but you just click new blog. And let's say I've decided, we have our personal travel blog, Geeks on Tour, but I've been thinking a lot about my life, and I want to have just a personal blog just for my life. And how about, I think I'll call it, What Have I Done? Okay, so that's the title. That's what's going to appear at the top of the blog, and that can be anything you want.
And you can change it too.
You can change it at any time. I click next. Now it wants to know the address. This is the thing that has to be unique. And it also, you shouldn't ever change it because people will get used to visiting at that address. And you might kind of change what you talk about. So this needs to be really generic. I'm just going to call it Chris Life. I wrote it down somewhere. Chris Life Story. And it says, no, can't do it. Somebody already has Chris Life Story.
And it ain't you.
How about if I say Chris G Life Story? Aha, it says that that's available. So here we go. I just click save.
Now we have another blog.
Now we have another blog, yeah. All right, and it says there are no posts. So take a look at the screen. What do you think I need to click on in order to make a post? If you said the new post button, you get a point. So new post. And then this is just like a word processor now. It's just like using Word. You do need to give it a title. And as I say, I've been thinking about my life a bit. I graduated from high school 50 years ago. So that's what I'm going to write about first. 50 years. All right. And this is 2021, right? That means 50 years since I graduated in 1971. All right, you can just type and type and type. This is what makes it so much better than Facebook, because you can type whole stories, but I'm not going to waste your time with typing whole stories. I do want to add a photo. So that's the next thing in your handout, how to add a photo. Remember who I said owns Blogger? Google. I'm logged in with my Google account. Therefore, I also have access to all my Google photos. The toolbar at the top here is where you get everything that you can do with a post. So this is the one that says insert image. I click on that. If the picture I want is located on my computer, then I can upload from computer. But if I just click on photos, that takes me to my Google Photos. And now just from Google Photos would be all your photos, or from albums would be any albums you make. And I think I made one called High School. There's no search here. Why can't Google put a search in every place?
You would think that Google, because they do search, would have that. Yeah.
Their search is so good, but there are some very annoying places where you can't search. And this is one of them. Well, here's my album that I called My Life. I'm pretty sure I put those high school pictures in here. All right. I didn't. So let me just pick anything.
Isn't that your high school picture there?
No, that's junior high.
Oh.
Well, okay, let's say that was high school. I'll select that. Once a photo is in your blog, you can click on it and you get options. And they keep changing the way these look, but here, so it's going to be centered. And this little drop down shows what size it's going to be. I like to really see my photos, so I make it extra large. And then you can keep typing if you want, or you just click publish. Publish post. So I now have a blog, and that blog is called what? I'm going to go to a blank, and it was Chris G Life Story, right? .blogspot.com. There we go. Whoa. That picture is really big. Oh, that's because this is their standard format now. I don't like this. I will change that format. But if I click on read more, I now get to the actual post. That was kind of the cover page that has the photo so blown up. Okay. So any questions just about creating a blog then?
Okay.
Anything in chat?
See, copyright laws apply. Absolutely, they apply. You cannot just copy someone else's stuff and post it into your own. You could be in copyright violation. Right? How do you delete a blog? That's easy to do. We'll show you that. What if I don't want other people seeing my posts? That's a good one. We'll show you that too. And I plan to retire at the end of the month, and I have started my own. What did I do now? I retire.
What have I done?
Okay, and we got the handout link there. Do you reach for photos to insert from the internet? How do you search for photos to insert from the internet?
You search for them first and find the one you want, and then you get the address, the web address of that. And that was one of the other options for inserting a photo, was from a URL.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. And now you got to read this one from Pasquale. I love the videos you have on your site for Blogger. They've helped me better define how I want my blog to look. And the handout, okay. Okay, adding a page. Yes, we will. I'm going to skip this slide.
All
Go to
right.
the next.
Oh,
So
fine.
this is just review. You know, to create a blog, you go to blogger.com, log in with your Google account,
Yeah.
and click create blog, give it a title, an address, pick a template, and create blog, and you now have a blog. The hard part, I mean, Blogger makes creating and working with it very easy. The hard part is writing. So if you're not a writer, a blog isn't for you. If you are a photographer, you can just make photo albums. But if you want stories to go along with the pictures, that's what blog is for. Okay. And it's strictly web-based. So we did this. We took a trip to Fiji once, and I used the computer in the hotel's
Lobby there.
lobby area. As long as I know my Google username and password, I can go and make blog entries from anywhere. You can do it with a phone or a tablet as well. Oh, but it's kind of painful. It's really much better on a computer. All right, editing existing posts. All you have to do is go to blogger.com, pick the blog, and you'll see edit post. Want to show?
Yep.
So here is my blog, but this is the public facing part of the blog. I have to go back to Blogger, and as soon as I'm logged in and I have chosen the What Have I Done blog, I see the posts. There's only one. If I picked my Geeks on Tour blog though, so my Geeks on Tour blog, you will see I have 1,973 posts. I can search, I can find anything. And if I want to edit, I just click on it and I'm now in edit mode. I can change anything, or I can delete it if it's something that I said, I don't like that I've put that out there. So that is editing any post. It's just a database. Back to slides. Click on edit, you can change anything you want. Adding photos, you saw how we did that. You just click on a photo. On the photo icon up in the toolbar, it's called Insert Image. You can browse for a photo on your computer, choose something from your Google Photos, or enter a URL from any photo that's on the web. Once it's inserted, you have options. Small, medium, large. I kind of like the extra large. Left, center, right. People often ask me, how do you lay out the pictures side by side and exactly how you want them? It can be done, but it's kind of painful. I believe that the best thing is to have the pictures big and just let them take up the whole screen side to side.
Or create a collage.
Or create a collage, yeah, or use a table. I mean, if you really want them to be exactly right, yeah, you need to do a collage with them or put them inside a table.
I don't like tables.
That's right, you don't. Okay. Adding links. So I'm going to go, this is especially for travelers. We went to Yellowstone National Park. We went to the Olympic National Park. Let's say I am making a post in my blog about Olympic National Park. Well, people reading it might want to learn more. And I don't want them to see that long URL for the site to go to Olympic National Park. So the way you do it, you write the text that you want to be clickable, in this case, Olympic National Park. You click the hyperlink button in the toolbar, and then you enter the web address. So let me do that. I'm going to go back to my What Have I Done blog. And I'm going to go back into this same post actually and tell you that that was Nova High School. And let's say I want you to be able to click on Nova High School and go to the website for Nova High School. Find the website, you know, unless it's a super simple URL, it's really best to go there and copy the address, the URL for the website, and then, oops, go back. So step 1, select the text that you want to be clickable. Step 2, click the insert link button. And step 3, paste the link that you just copied.
There are a couple of options there. I like to open the link in a new window.
Yeah, that doesn't take people away from your blog. And then apply. And then update. And now if somebody, I'm going to back up to go to the dashboard here. And then the view blog is down at the bottom. It used to be at the top. I liked it better there. Okay. So I have to click read more. See how that's a link? So now if anybody wants to learn more about Nova High School, you click that link and it opens up the website for Nova High School. You can do that with any website, any place on the web. All right. So that's adding links. So we've created a blog, we've written a post, we've added a picture, and we've added a link. What else is there? Videos. I strongly recommend, if you want to use videos, that you put them on YouTube. And then it's just piece of cake. You know, you just click the insert video and you put the link to the YouTube and it puts the whole video in there. And we might do that, but a lot of people asked about pages. So I definitely want to demonstrate that. And some people have said, yeah, Blogger is old. Will Google kill it? I was afraid that they would, but they totally revamped it just last year. So I think we're good for, I don't know, another 5-10 years anyway. Making a video private.
Make a blog private.
Make a blog private. Okay, we'll come back to that because I really want to show you pages. Is that the next slide, I hope? Nope. Oh, do I not have I don't have a slide about pages. Okay, that's why. All right. So I showed you a page, right? On our Geeks on Tour blog, I have a page that is maps. So let me show you how I did that. I'll go back to my What Have I Done blog. And this time, instead of new post, okay, I have to go to Blogger, blogger.com, and right over here. It used to be a little bit more difficult. They've made it a lot easier. Pages is right on the menu. Pages, and there are no pages. So where's there? There we go. Anybody see a button that says new page? There it is, new page. And how about I'll do the same thing. I'll do maps. And here is where I will post maps. And let's see if I can just go get one from Google Photos. And darn, I wish I could search here. So my plan is to have the map as a JPEG in my Google Photos, and then I just add it like a picture.
Anytime today.
Okay, how about I'll do it a different way. I've already done this in my blog, right? So if I go to our maps, then this picture has a URL associated with it. No, it doesn't, because I made it a link. All right.
Take your time.
All right. I'm going to do a screenshot. You all know about screenshots? So here is the map of our 2019 travels. That's just the US. Yeah, our 2019 back to school tour. We stopped at Senior Planet in New York City that year. Okay, so I'm going to use this snipping tool or the snip and sketch, either one. And I'm going to take an image of the map and then save it. File, save, and I have to know where I'm saving it. I have a place that I always save these things. And I'm just going to call it map. Oops. I think that was set to save as an ICO. Yeah, needs to be a JPEG. Oh, come on.
Type, save as type.
Save as, oh, thank you. I was just in the wrong little slot there. PNG is good, and save. All right, so now I have a photo of a map. I can insert it, upload from computer this time. Choose files, know where it is.
See it?
And insert it and make it big. And publish. Okay, so that's a page. The process is just like a post, but it's not in the dated stream. Now here's one little, there's 2 steps to a page. You have to make it and you have to tell Blogger where you want it listed. So if I view the blog right now, I don't see that page. I have no menu. Yeah, so I have to make that. And that is in layout. And I tell it whether I want it at the top or in the sidebar. So a page header gadget. So this is where you get to design. There's all sorts of stuff in here. And I'm going to add a gadget to the left, and it should say menu. Where's page? There we go. Pages. These are all the little extra things that you can add to your blog. These are called gadgets. And I want to add a gadget for pages. And I'll just call it pages. And then I have to check maps. And do I want it tabs or list of links? Save. Now let's see if that's showing up. Nope, still have one more step. And that is, so I added a gadget, pages, and then I want to put that where I want it, which is right below the header. There we go. There should be a save on here. Anybody see a save?
Nope.
There. the little disc button. That drove me nuts for a while, and I couldn't find the save. And then view blog. Now we have a menu up here, home and maps, and it doesn't look very good. So this needs a little bit more work to make it look good, but there are your pages. You click on maps and you see the map page.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, I should make a video on that. So I don't have to.
Struggling with that one.
I do have a video on that, but it's things have changed since that video. So
things change?
Yeah.
Hard to
really.
believe. Hard to believe.
So how about any questions now? We're about done.
Yeah. Let's see. Can you change the theme later on if you want to? Absolutely.
Yes.
Let's see.
And you can keep adjusting it too. You can.
Right. Comments and questions. You can allow or disallow comments. There are so many settings on these things. It's just amazing. Tips for monetizing a blog. Do it for a long time and have something valuable on it. That's the only way that, have 1 million followers. That will help too.
It's a business. If you want to make money from your blog, don't think of it about, oh, I'm going to create a blog and I'll make some money on it. No, you have to think of it like a business and do all the work that you would do for any other business in figuring out what kind of topics you're going to cover, how you're going to get readers.
Okay, somebody wants to know how to make a PDF out of there, and that's blog.
Oh, yeah. Now that I do have a video, and I do want to play that one.
And we're almost out of time.
Yeah. Can we hold you a couple minutes past an hour? So this is, I make a book for every year of our blog, and I do have a video on that.
And which one
That
is that? Blog book 602.
Yep. 602.
All right. I'm gonna have to find that. So.
And you can do this just in a PDF as well. The book costs about $80. The PDFs are $8. So I do that for every year or two of my blog.
And there we go.
Hi, this is Chris Guld with Geeks on Tour, and in this Show Me video, I want to show you how to make a book out of your blog. I've been keeping a blog since 2003, and every year I make a hardbound, full-color book of my blog post. Let me show you what I mean. First, you need to see our blog, geeksontour.blogspot.com. And for example, earlier this year we did a fabulous trip to Australia and New Zealand, and I would like to make a book out of that time. Let me just show you a couple of posts. So on January 22, we went off to Australia, and this is my post. And then we were there through the rest of January and all of February until this date, when we were in Christchurch and we left and came back home. I want those dates to be put into a book so that I can send it to my friend Melinda, who joined us for part of this trip. Let me show you how. I use a system called Blog to Print, and I've done this several times before. So I have an account and I am using Blogger. Notice you can use WordPress or Tumblr as well. You create an account so that it can save your books. I have a lot of them, but for this I am going to start a new book. And we just say get started. What platform? I'm using Blogger. The address, and make my book. It wants to know the range of dates, so I wanted that to start in January 2022 and end in February 28. I want a blog book, not just a photo book. I've already done that. Compact means that it squishes things so that they don't look like the exact same as the blog pages do. I use that when I'm creating a whole year's worth to save in pages, but for just this 6 weeks, I'm going to use Snapshot, which it will look on the book just like it does on the blog. And I will put a page break in between each post, and I will make the photo size large. Like I say, when I'm doing a year's worth, I choose the smaller options. I can change the cover. There's all sorts of covers. I think that seashells is pretty nice, and the title can be both on the front cover and on the binding on the side. I can choose a cover photo, click on Choose File, and find a picture file on your computer. There's the one that I want. You can also choose a back cover. I won't now. You can write a paragraph that will be on the first page, but you don't have to. I click Preview Book. And here's the results. That's what the cover will look like. I click on the arrows and go through, and it tells the whole story with pictures of our trip to Australia and New Zealand. I can order a hard cover for $60 or a soft cover for $45 and have it sent to my friend Melinda, who joined us, and I think this will be just a great gift. That's how to make a blog book using blog2print.com.
Yeah, cool.
I love my blog books. I have 12 of them, I guess.
Oh, okay. So we're going to go do some settings real quick.
Yeah, people are asking about how to make it private, and that is in your handout. It's the very last thing on the second page is making it private, but it's very easy to show you. So here I am back at my what have I done? And yeah, maybe I do want this one to be a personal journal. So I go into settings, and there's a bunch of settings here. You could just review them all. And it's about who can read it, permissions, reader access. The default is public, but if I click there, I can make it private to authors and save. So now if I go to another, I'm going to go to an incognito window. So that means I am logged out of everywhere. And Chris G lifestory.blogspot.com, it'll say, I'm not going to show it to you until you log in and prove that you're the author of this blog. So that's how that works.
Okay.
And to finish up, we have some review questions for you.
Okay.
Real quick, while you guys are doing that, I'm going to hand over to Dave, and I have another class. So thank you so much for your time. Dave, I'm going to hand it over to you. Thank you. Continue.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you, Dana.
Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, we have some questions for you. Did you learn something? I am going to ask some questions and Chris is going to answer, but to start blogging, go to blogger.com and log in with what account?
Your Google account.
All right. A web address, a URL, will end in .blogspot.com unless you purchase a custom
domain name.
All right.
And it's like $10 a year, you know.
Cheap.
So if you want one,
you can get it as long as it's unique. It's not someone else's. True or false, a blog can only be used for a personal journal.
Absolutely false. I know some full-blown business websites on Blogger.
All right. Blog posts can contain text, pictures, what and what, and what and what.
Links and videos. Oh, looks
Yeah.
like one Hmm.
True or false? All bloggers are trying to become influencers and get paid for it. No.
False. Not everybody is trying to make money. Some of us just like to write, and this
Yeah.
is a great platform.
And if you do like to write and you have some stuff that might be valuable later on, you can grab it from your blog and put a book together. True or false? Blog can be private and only seen by the author.
True.
Okay, to see a listing of any and all blogs you have created, you browse to A, blogspot.com, B, blogger.com, C, yourblogName.com, or D, wordpress.com.
Blogger.com.
B.
That's the dashboard where everything you have done in Blogger on that Google account will be seen.
Okay, Blogger is owned by A, Microsoft, B, Apple, C, Blogspot Inc., or D, Google.
Google. So it's the same account that gets you into your photos, into your Google Drive, everything.
Well, that's it for us. I think so. Let's see if there's any other questions real quick. Is public your content is public is your copy content copy?
Or does it belong to Google? No, it's yours.
It's yours.
It's yours. They have to have the rights to store your content and deliver it, or else it can't be seen on the blog, but you own the copyright.
Okay. I'm gonna go
Thank
back.
you. Oh, sorry.
Going
That
back
was
to-
fantastic.
All right. Well, I'm Jim,
I'm Chris.
and we are Geeks on Tour. You guys.
Geeks rule.
And check out our website.
And if you have questions about our stuff, you can sign up for our newsletter. You can join Geeks on Tour. You can go to our website and get all of this information. And but the free newsletter is the place to start, geeksontour.com. And
Thank you so much for joining us.
yeah, it was a pleasure. It's a lot of fun. I'm glad to see you again, Aaron, and we'll do it again. We have another one coming up on in May, right?
Yes, in May. I'm glad to have you both back.
Let me stop this share.
Okay, and I forget even what that. I think that was we're doing a
Hodgepodge.
hodgepodge, right?
A hodgepodge. Yes, correct.
Throwing out some tips, our favorite tips. So